Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. I'm so happy to have you. Today we are going to be making this fresh squeezed lemonade summertime glitter tumbler with some buffalo plaid. This was my first time doing the buffalo check and I learned some things along the way. So I'm happy to share those with you today. If you guys are interested in seeing how to make this really cute tumbler, stay tuned because I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. So for the buffalo check, the most important thing is the tape. The tape is really going to make or break the cup. So since I'm only doing half buffalo plaid, I'm kind of marking off how high up I want the pattern to go. Next, I'm taking a long piece of tape and kind of taping the middle point of the cup. And then I'm doing the same thing, but moving over just slightly to give myself some nice lines. And I'm gonna do that one more time. When you're doing this, make sure your lines are super straight because that's going to give you the best buffalo plaid. Once our vertical lines are done, we're going to go in and do some horizontal lines. You want to try and make these as even as possible. Then we're going to go in with our glitter. I'm using these glitters. I'll have them all linked down below. For the black, I'm going to start by painting on some black paint. You can mix in some Mod Podge with this to make it a little bit more adhesive, but I'm just doing straight paint and it worked really well. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this all the way around the cup on all of the open squares. I will say if I was going to do this again, I would definitely use a thinner painter's tape to give me some better sized squares. Once all the black glitter is on, you're going to want to let it dry and then seal it with some Rust-Oleum 2X clear spray paint. Once the black is dry and sealed, we are going to remove the horizontal tape and we're going to fill in those spots with Mod Podge and then our dark gray glitter. If I was to do this again, I would definitely use a smaller paintbrush. It wasn't such a big deal for this part, but moving forward, it definitely would have been a lot easier with a smaller paintbrush. I would have had a lot more control. So once we get all of this glitter on, we are going to let it dry and then seal it again with the Rust-Oleum 2X spray paint, and then we're going to let that dry as well. Okay, now I'm going to remove the vertical tape and we're going to do this part by hand. If I was doing this again, I would definitely do a layer of epoxy at this point, and then once that was dry, I would go back in with more tape so that I could get really perfect squares because I ended up having to redo this and that wasn't fun. Like I said, I would also use a much smaller paintbrush because this is where I completely lost control and I had to, like I said, I had to touch up the squares so many times. Okay, it's time for things to really go bad. So you see I got a smaller paintbrush for more control for the white, but then I tried to add some tape to give me the good lines and it wasn't working, guys. It was just a fail. So this was part of the reason I really had to touch up so many times. So definitely do a layer of epoxy before you come in for this layer. I should also mention I am using plain white acrylic paint mixed with Mod Podge just because I wanted it to be a little bit more opaque and adhesive. And this cup, you see it's not totally silver. It's because I stripped it. So it had been spray painted black, and when I stripped it, some of the black stayed on. So that's why it's like that. That's why I did some extra white paint and the Mod Podge. Okay, so now that our buffalo plaid is kind of sort of on there, we're gonna go in with some yellow. I am just taping off the bottom section, and then I'm going to do my spray paint trick where I spray paint and then apply my glitter straight to the paint. I definitely went back over, you'll see later, with Mod Podge and did a second layer of yellow glitter. just because I didn't like the coverage I got with just the spray paint. So it's totally up to you how you want to apply your glitter, but this is how I did it. Yellow I used was Rust-Oleum 2X Golden Sunset, and if I could do it over, I would definitely do a lighter yellow. I just feel like it's a little too bright, but it definitely works and I do like it. Once the glitter's on there, I'm going to seal it, and then we are going to go in and touch up the buffalo plaid again. Guys, seriously, I don't recommend eyeballing this. Tape it off, make the lines perfect. This is not a cup where you want to do a hack or try and make it easier, because you're just going to make it harder on yourself. And then here I'm adding my layer of Mod Podge so I can do a second layer of glitter on the yellow. And then once that is on there, I'm just going to seal it, and then it'll be time for epoxy. Okay, so I'm applying a layer of epoxy. This is the Alumilite Quick Coat Fast Set epoxy. I'll have it linked in the description. For this, I'm starting with the bottom, and I'm gonna apply epoxy all over the bottom, and then I don't want my glitter to move, so I'm taking off my glove and I'm gonna put on a new one, just so I don't transfer any black to the yellow, and then I'm going to epoxy the yellow. Okay, now that my epoxy is dry, I'm going to add my sticker. This is one I found on Google Images. It's not for sale, don't worry. And then I'm adding my stripe of black around the middle to separate it. Oh, I should say for the sticker, I found it on Google Images, and then I did print and cut on my Cricut. So that's how I got that on there. Okay, guess what time it is again? Time to touch up the buffalo plaid. Seriously, guys, save yourself this hassle and just do it right the first time. So I'm just gonna go back in with my white and touch that up, and yeah, we're gonna do it the same exact way we did it before. Well, not quite the same way, we're gonna do it the right way this time. So after I seal the white, I'm gonna move my tape over a little bit, and we're gonna redo the dark gray. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. If you did enjoy it, please hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and hit the bell notification, all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys next time.